please to share. Be quiet. Chiaro? Maybe the toys you can take away. Bambini? Bambini! Take the toys away. I giocattoli, buttateli via. Grazie. So, good. It's very unusual to be up here and you down there. You look very relaxed. So, we don't have a lot of time. In 30 minutes, actually, I should start at 1:45, no? Va bene. So, subject is Samba body rhythm. So let's come down a little bit. I have a feeling that there is a bit hype at the moment with this show that we had right now, which was fabulous introduction. But I think we need to come. Yes, I need the 2 bottles to explain. 1 and 2.
Nada?
No, it's not for drinking. It's to explain some things. Okay, let me also come down. Yeah. Because after this hype, I also need to come down. I am the initiator of today, or in general for this lectures. First time I'm here, so of course I have to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous, normal, especially when I'm so up high. The expectation is very high, literally, because I'm so high. So, so let's start with the subject of body rhythm. First of all, what I would like to say is, I have a feeling, and this is a bit to the young dancers nowadays, that the value of, let's say, dancing to music or embodying the music starts to slowly become a dying art. I don't have a feeling that dancers put a lot of attention to that. Yes? I want to go, of course, to explain you maybe why I think it's like that. But this is a sad news for me a bit, since I'm teaching and judging, seeing people putting not so much value to that. So that's why I'm quite happy, first of all, to be selected for that subject. When we go into talk about body rhythm, the first thought that came into my mind, exploring a little bit the dancing nowadays, that there is a little bit a misunderstanding or a gap of understanding what means dancing into tempo of the music. Because, should be something very simple. What is the tempo of the music? The tempo of the music says how fast is the relation from one beat to the other. So it gives you actually, at the end, how many bars we have per minute. So that is usually something that if you have music and you have an orchestra or you're playing from the CD, something that is not changing. You have a tempo, you have, let's say in Samba, you have 50 bars per minute that usually stays. So we keep the tempo of the music. So to start to understand body rhythm is something that, of course, in my opinion, is a reactive thing. Yeah? When we go into explain and talk about rhythm, we have to find the differentiation between rhythm and timing. What is the difference? I will not now tell you the, let's say, literature explanation, what you probably find on Google, because I have to be honest, many years I didn't understand it as well. It's quite fairly to say that a dancer that is young not always understands everything, and it takes time to, let's say, find your definition and your understanding of the meaning of those words. What I realized for myself is that timing is literally an order. We are ordering when we do what. It's like a checklist. We do a step on 1, we do the next step on A. Or we do a step on 1, on the next half beat of that 1 we stretch the leg, and then we do the step on A. So we give a clear order when things happen. But we need that to clarify things between the couple, when we do what. But when we go into rhythm, we include something that is very important, and that's dynamic. It tells us actually how fast these things are linked together. So it gives a clear understanding that if I count 1, 2, it's a clear understanding that on 1 I do a step, on I do the next step, on a full beat 2 I do the third step. But it doesn't give us how fast these things are related. So when we include dynamic, we give these numbers suddenly a relation. So we're counting not 1, 2, but we give more dynamic 1, 2. Tum, chika, tum, chika. So automatically, we get more understanding that this is 1, 2. It includes how fast that is to that. That is to that. So now we get more differentiation in dynamics. But there is something much more important that opens up. It opens up the door that is giving us something in between. And this is something that I miss nowadays a lot. Something in between. So there is a time between one and the other beat. We can define, I need to drink something because after this hype, we need to define what is that? What is in between? What is in between 1, 2? 1, 2. So, for me to keep it simple, 1 is defining where I hit the beat, and then it's the rest of that time of that beat, the resonance of that sound of that beat. So if we would do dum, dum, tick, boom. So it gives us a certain length. Again, slow music, more sound and more length in that sound. Short music, fast music, they have less time in between. So this is what I need to control to time my tempo that I dance from one beat to the other. So to get into body rhythm, what we're going to do, can I have a samba music that is maybe not so slow, not so fast and not too slow? Mi dai un po' di musica per favore? So, it's much more hot inside here. I think the air that is not existing goes up. Mi dai un po' di musica? Okay, guys. Okay, I do the music. So you're gonna all dance. We're only gonna dance. Tum 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 tum. Now inside that sound, there is a rolling sense. Bravo. Maybe not. Tum, tim, tum. So, can I have the music or not?
Yeah.
Let's start all in the same direction. We start this way. Listen when it drops. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, of course, to be able to be in tempo of the music, we need to be able to continuously time that length. For this, we need to coordinate our body. So the thing is, now it comes something very important. It comes now the relation that, for me, it's very important for body rhythm, is the relation to the floor. Because the sound that is filling up that time is nothing else for me in the interpretation, that weight that I'm going to push through my body to the next direction. So I am not excluding the beat from the sound. As soon as I hit the beat, the sound redirects through the body. It means I don't do 1 and 2 and. I dance tum pa tum pa tum. So as soon as I catch the step, my leg, the first thing what happened, I feel that weight, and that weight gets driven through the lower part into my upper part to redirect to the next beat. And I don't stop. If I stop, I will have problems to be in tempo. This usually happens when you want to do accent. Ta, ta, ta. But I want that to be perfect in tempo. Can I have the music one more time? But maybe a little bit slower. In tempo. Can we have faster? Feel the legs. Faster. Feel the fullness. Okay, thank you very much. So, what this has to do with body rhythm? Well, depends what we define as body rhythm. Often, as we think about rhythm is just feet and action. For me, rhythm, body rhythm, is at the end the fluidity of that body sound. So, you felt now, and you could see in the group, you start to create a common tempo. Now, inside that tempo, I am choosing to pick out some beats. So we can use some beats of our feet when we change the foot rhythm. So we have, but it doesn't change the tempo. It's not suddenly I go, I'm not anymore in tempo. Suddenly my body doesn't fulfill that sound. I don't receive any body sound. I can add something, a beat in my body. But still I stay in tempo. I don't suddenly, because I do an accent, I change that. So what we're going to do slow, 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 slow. I want to see that you maintain the tempo. Because when you look at the couples, especially in that way, we have a group dynamic of motion. We should wave inside the tempo of that sound. And not, I see, different movement. This has nothing to do with bounce. Because for me, bounce is, in my interpretation, not a movement that goes up and down. It's the soul and the heart of samba sound is rolling. It can be rolling even in a quick, but it still stays in the tempo of that. So, yeah, so music, bit fast, this same tempo we had before, not super slow. Slow, 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 or slow. Right, we go, and okay, so now we're gonna add now the link because I see you moving to the foot. What is not happening, the sound doesn't drive through your body. Why not? There is something that I call balance of my weight that I catch over the step, that sound of my leg enters into my lower part of my body, fills up my lower back, and when my leg is stretching, it goes to my upper spine. Now listen, these all parts that coordinating are inside that one flow of my legs. So it's not an isolation of a body part. So if my leg makes inside that happens that. This is not an isolated movement. It's part of the ground sound of that tempo. So inside, I can find an impulse if I want, but it's part of it. It's not because of the impulse I lose that. This is the heart and soul, the sound in between and the tempo that you, when I look at your dancing, it's infective. You had yesterday one of the most fabulous music you can probably have. And sometimes you raped it. It was, ooh, Samba was amazing. This music was so good. Did I felt that I want to dance? No. You were not enjoying and exploring, expressing it through your body, that music. You couldn't stay in tempo of the music. You have the music from yesterday? C'è la musica da ieri? Or ask the band to come back. Maybe they play one more time for us. So, we're going to do this again to this music, yeah? Listen. Try to get this. I forgot. No matter if you want to intensify, don't change the tempo. Dance more leg, dance more core, dance more spine. Don't change the tempo. Faster. Body rhythm. To the foot rhythm, to the tempo. Okay. The thing is, the excitement is to feel the vibe of that music. The excitement is to sense the heart and soul of these people playing. Now, why you didn't manage? I don't know, and I don't understand very often how dancers ignore music. Why is that? I love music. That's priority number one why I dance. There is many reasons why, but that was number one. I loved music, always. I want to feel music everywhere in my body. That's why I train so hard my technique, because I want to feel everywhere this music. No gap. If I stop singing with my body. So that's why technique is so important. But technique, what means technique? It's the mechanic, what happens to succeed to do the technique. So learning how to move from foot to foot, how to coordinate through the leg, how to drive that weight through your body and create through that body a sound in your spine to link to the next beat. That is for me why I do technique so much. I take so much time. So, why nowadays dancers don't manage? Because you're busy. You're busy. Priority is number one, and you're busy. You're busy to do all the stuff that you need to do in your choreography, which is good. Very good. But you need to use that as a foundation to talk with the music. You know, who knows his choreography? Who practices choreography many, many times and know timing, direction, dynamic, intention? I mean, who knows it? You know your choreography? Yes? So you don't need to think about it.
Franco, 5 minuti.
Lo so. So the thing is, when you think about what to do, you stop listening, because we cannot use our senses in the same time, all of them, in the same intensity. So primarily what I do is I listen and I react. I listen and I react with my knowing of my choreography. I don't need to think how to do a whisk action or a crescendo walk. I practiced it many times. So I listen to the music and I get the sound, and then I try to fulfill with my choreography the sound that is playing. But this is the priority that I choose. Do you understand? So you need to create a balance between what you have to do and you have to learn in your choreography, and then how you put it into a context to relation to music. Because I think many of you are much better than what they do, but you think too much about stuff. Yeah? So I want you, in the last 2-3 minutes, I know we have all a group, I actually prepared a piece of choreography, but I knew that I have no time. And I'm not going to teach you in the last 3 minutes. Yeah? So, in the last 2 minutes, I want you to take a little piece of what you have, not together, alone, and just try to fulfill it, complete it, get yourself inspired, and find music inside your choreography. Alright? Can I have music one more time? Slow. No, I'm not finished yet. Go, you dance now. Music.
Musica.
Come on. Sense the tempo. Okay, good. Stop. Now, when you allow that process to happen, there is coming something beautifully out. It's coming choices that are more felt from inside, and not decisions are made just artificially from the outside. Try to listen to what you know, means to your choreography, and try to ask the music what you dance is or could be. Because I miss your choices, your intuitive feeling for that body reaction. Because for me, rhythm is not something that you're trying to put. Yeah, of course you can choreograph that. But body rhythm comes from sensing and being involved in the tempo, and then let the body react to it. Because rhythm is very reactive, not only active. So think about it. Take your time, explore your body, get in touch with the music, and try to find your interpretation of what the music tells you. And then maybe we're gonna get a samba that is vibrating that orchestra and is celebrating that orchestra that is playing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Franco. Formica, put your hands together for a fantastic lecture, ladies and gentlemen. And that was the start to the first day of the